We're going live. We are live. Man, that's so zoomed in. All right, I think we're good. Testing, testing, testing. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. Ahoy, David Flake, the first one. I think you're the only one here right now. Let me know how the audio and the visuals look and everything. All right, there we go. Now I see the chat. All right, we got a bunch of people here now. Robert, Lisa, Chris, Mark, Eric. Awesome. All right, cool. We're going live because we're going for a short sail right now in the Caribbean between a couple islands, and we just want to bring you guys with us. So we got a few little things left to do to get ready, and then we'll get the sail, the main sail hoisted. We'll get the anchor up, and we'll start sailing. And yeah, bring you guys along. So let us know, keep the chat going. Let us know what you guys want to see in the chat. And in the meantime, we're just gonna kind of get ready in the background, and you guys can see what's going on. Say hi to Jetty over here. All right, Sierra, ready to get the, we gotta get the dinghy up first. Say hi.
Hi.
Keep it from rocking.
I'm doing my best.
And then can you just use that blue line as well? Whoa, look at all these frigates, holy smokes. Pretty cool. Wow, there's a ton of them. See them? Well, that's good luck, I think. We are completely out of water. I'll show you guys right here. So we're gonna make some water before we start sailing, and then we'll just kind of keep it going while we're sailing. We're in nice clean water right now. So I'll show you guys how we start making water, which the first thing we have to do is change over this valve. This valve right here. And then here, I'll put you guys right here. We're making water, so we're making like 37, 38 gallons an hour right now of water, and it's just going directly into our freshwater tank. And now I think we'll start the engines and get the sail up. Let's get the electronics on first. Right, almost there. All right, engines are on. So you already got the halyard hooked up to the mainsail. She got our back lifelines hooked up too. What do you think? You ready? Can we raise the main on anchor? Want to leave them? Well, once we raise the anchor, we'll just put that one back how it normally is, or whatever. So raise. Let's get the bridle off the anchor first, I guess. All right, Sierra's gonna start getting the anchor up. I'll start getting the mainsail raised. We'll just be lazy and use the electric winch for the whole thing. You can do it faster, jumping it by hand, but this is easier. And we're behind an island right now. Check out this island here. Frigates are still going. That's so crazy. I never really see them like that, especially in this shallow water, this close to us. What? Okay. All right, I gotta focus, guys. Gotta focus. But because we're behind this island. Hey Siri, your phone alarm's going off. But because we're behind this island, the wind's all gusty and shifty and everything, so it'll take one of us to kind of guide the mainsail up through the lazy jacks so the battens don't get snagged. So close. We'll make sure the main sheet is all the way loose too. All right, fully raised. We just had a little sailboat come in behind us. You guys see that guy? Over there. We got the mainsail fully raised, and Sierra's got the anchor fully raised. So let's get underway. There's that little sailboat. A little cute little yellow sailboat just came in. Got the autopilot going. What? What do you mean flip it? Flip it? Yeah. Yeah. You can't? All right, we're on the move. Give you guys another view here. You guys can watch too. There she is. Say hi, Daddy. Good? Okay.
Here's your opportunity. Place your bets now. We'll be catching fish.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing some fishing on the way. Cross your fingers. let them pick which lures we use. Give them 3 choices. You're gonna get that ready and I'll get the jib ready? Okay. Sierra will get the lures out. I'll get the jib ready. Alright, almost time to turn the engines off. I think it's time to turn the engines off. What do you guys think? Knots of true wind. Should pick up though.
Your options are Little Red, Big Mama Pajama.
So you guys gotta let us know in the comments which one in the chat, the live chat.
for our little chain. Little red, big marlin catcher that we also caught a mahi on.
This is a marlin catcher?
No, this.
Yeah, all right, so, yeah, red, just say red, blue and green, or pink.
And purple.
Pink and purple with these little purple squid. Everyone wants the big green and blue. They want us to catch a big old,
We also caught mahi on it.
yeah, we did catch mahi on it. What was that? White, a blue marlin. This is the one, if you guys have been watching our videos, and like a few months ago we were sailing from Florida to the Bahamas again, and we caught a monster blue marlin, and that was on this lure.
And we didn't give you the option, but the cedar plug always goes out.
Yeah, cedar plug always goes out. That's a staple. No, we might have to take the screecher out. Yeah, probably take the screecher out. Alright, so we got a big mix of what you guys want us to use. Purple, green and blue. I saw pink in there.
Wait, now you changed your mind?
Well, that was the first one that people were saying, so we'll put out that big monster green and blue one. And the cedar plug. How many are we putting out? 2 or 3?
There's only 2. Well, you can change the diving one.
Maybe we'll put out 3. We'll put out this one. I like this one. It's got these fake little squid teasers. Our brother.
You wanted to sail by them.
Yeah, but I changed my mind because I was gonna fly the drone, but it's gonna be too hectic. They have 11 knots of true wind, so we're gonna put this screecher out.
Did you show them Keith and Renee?
No, Zatara. Well, I don't know if they want their location disclosed. I guess you guys don't know where we are, but Zatara was hanging out back there. We were hanging out with them yesterday or 2 days ago. They were right where we were anchored. Depth. Someone wants a depth. Right now we're in 120 feet, but it's about to drop off to like 1,600 feet. So we're just about on the ledge right here. We should start seeing 300 in a bit. We're at 130 feet still. Yeah, we gotta get the screecher out. We gotta get moving. All right, I'm gonna put this jib away and we'll pull out the big old screecher sail. But first I'll shut these engines off. engines are off, screecher's out. Picked up a little bit of speed there. Still only have 10 knots of true wind and doing 5 knots over ground. But the wind is like on our beam or just behind our beam. Actually, I think our water wheel, which tells us like boat speed through the water, is probably gunked up with growth right now. So these, I know, we just cleaned it. It might come unstuck as we pick up some speed.
These are the engines off?
Yeah, why? We will. Not right this second. Alright. On. There we go. Now we're picking up speed. Alright, what do we got going on in chat over here, you guys? I wish the chat would just stay up. Oh, we got people talking politics already? Are we able to shower daily? Yeah, we have a water maker that's on right now. We just turned on in the beginning, and we are making 38 gallons an hour right now with the water maker on. We have 2 water tanks that hold like 95 gallons each. So yeah, we shower daily. We really don't, we conserve a little bit on fresh water. Like, we're definitely better than you would be in a house. But we still, you know, if things need to get rinsed off, if you need to shower, if you need to clean anything, you definitely don't hesitate to turn that fresh water on for as long as you need it for. Jetty hanging out. Everyone say hi to Jetty.
Hey, Jetty. Girl.
Check the lures. No bites yet, guys. No bites yet. Can't hear you. Do we enjoy conch? Is it fishy tasting? No, conch is not fishy tasting at all. It really doesn't have a super strong flavor at all. It just kind of takes on whatever flavor you make it with. Chewy, it can be chewy if you do it wrong. So like the way we love to make conch is like in a conch salad. So you chop it up really good, really fine, and then you marinate it in lime juice, and that lime juice like it cooks. What does it do? It like tenderizes the conch, and then you get like the onions and peppers and garlic and whatever flavors you put in that conch salad. And in that case, it's not really chewy. And then if you make it like, if you can stew it, which again, cooking it for a long time makes it not chewy. If you fry it like cracked conch, which is like breaded fried conch, basically. Smash it, tenderize it, and then you bread it and fry it, and that's cracked conch, and then it's not chewy. But if you don't tenderize it, then yeah, it'd be really, really chewy. Or a lot of times we'll chop it up really small as well and put it, make like conch fritters. But our favorite and the healthiest by far is conch salad, and yeah, really, really, really tasty. I'm gonna pull up this lure on this little guy right here. We just have like a little diving lure, and that's what we use for like shallow water, like on the banks and stuff. See if we can catch like a mackerel or snapper or something. Jetty is 11, Bruce. So we're gonna change out that lure, and we'll put on this guy, the pink squid with these little squid teasers. right, we switched it up. Got that pink squid out there, so cross your fingers. Sails are trimmed. We still only got, 10 knots of wind. We're doing 5 knots. 5 knots and 10 knots of wind with the wind behind our beam. So that's about normal, especially when the wind is behind our beam. As soon as the wind comes on our beam in like these lighter, moderate conditions on our beam or just in front of our beam, that's when we pick up speed a little bit. Couldn't work around my dog with fish hooks and stuff. The first thing they would do is stick their nose in it or walk in, or yeah. Jetty's good, she just chills. I know frozen ballyhoo. We've tried strips, like when we catch a bonita, we try sometimes to like strip the bonita and use the shiny strips and brine it and everything, and then put them on the lures, but I don't know. Show you guys what's going on in the front of the boat here. What's going on with the Baba Ganesh? Tara's whipping up something in the galley, so I'll show you guys that in a second too. So there's our destination, and as soon as we get behind this land, because the wind is coming from this direction, so as soon as we get over onto this side of the land and we lose the wind, then it's just gonna be a motor straight on. And yeah, because the island's just gonna block all the wind. I don't see any birds working or anything. Gotta get that jib furled all the way in. Or just sheet it out. Howdy from Nashville. Osier, can you show us what you're doing? Meg, thanks for visiting the Tula shop. We have a lot of good stuff in there. We try to size everywhere from small, and most of them it's like unisex sizing, so small to like 2 or 3XL, and it's just hard to order like what we think people are gonna order. So we do our best, like we order the least amount of smalls and then the least amount of like 3XLs, and then in the middle, usually large XL, 2XLs are like the most popular sizes. So we try to order as many of those as we can. But yeah, check out the Tula shop if you guys want. There's some really nice merch in there. Some of Sierra's awesome fish print shirts, and it's right in the description, I believe, of this feed right here. Oh, from Finland. We have friends from Finland. Another YouTube channel, Alluring Arctic. and they just finished the Northwest Passage in their aluminum Garcia monohull. So, welcome from Finland. Dana from Cuyahoga Valley, Ohio. My dad used to live in Bay Village, I think. Oh yeah, we went to, what is it, Cuyahoga National Park? Yeah, I think we went to a national park right there. Little Joe, tugboat captain, welcome, welcome. Alaska, Louisiana, Orange Beach, Alabama. Guys from all over the place, huh? Where's the fish, you guys? All right, let's go see what Sierra's whipping up in the kitchen. Galley. Puerto Rico, BC, Canada. We love BC, especially on the water. Sierra, show us what you got going on here. Look at that view you have to work with.
It's really hot. I just burned my butt.
Because of what?
So hot, and I like a wave came and I just hit it. Now I had burn marks on my butt.
Tell them about how hot the oven gets.
Like literally, I have physical burn marks that you cannot touch it. But it's okay. It cooked my eggplant. Now we can eat it.
So baba ganoush, which is eggplant.
It's like grilled char eggplant that you scoop out the insides. I've never made it before, so no promises. It's kind of like hummus.
Like a Middle Eastern dish.
Instead of chickpeas, it's eggplant. And eggplant is one vegetable you can easily get. That and cabbage.
That'll be next. Mooresville, North Carolina, Alaska, South Africa, I think I just saw, Toronto. We got people watching from all over. Little Joe, tugboat captain, is here. Dying for lobster. Trinidad and Tobago, we're right next to you guys. Wyoming, we were gonna try to go to Tobago. Oh, we got some fish jumping on the surface right here. Little like flying fish. Missed it. We were gonna go to Tobago. We were gonna try to go. Our friend Matt was recommending that we go, and we just planned too late. We didn't realize how long it would take for the pet permit, and it's gonna take a month, and we were gonna be sailing away from here by that time. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to pass Trinidad and Tobago this go around. Central Wisconsin. So if you guys saw, if you were here at the beginning of the stream, I started making some fresh water with the water maker, so I'm just gonna check it real quick. We got about 50% full tank on the port side, so we made about, I don't know, close to 40 gallons already, fresh water. Come on, where's the fish? We haven't had great luck fishing like close to the island around here. And we've been doing a ton of diving. We're not allowed to spearfish here as foreigners. Except for lionfish, and the other day we got a ton of lionfish because they're an invasive species. So that was awesome.
And they were tasty.
They were really tasty. We made lionfish ceviche, and then last night I just kind of seared them up in a pan with Old Bay. It was really, really good. And then we got a bunch of lobster, some little spotted Spanish lobster, and then Zatara gave us a heads up on a good spot for some regular spiny lobster, and Sierra got a massive one. And then we got 3 other ones, one other like big one, and then 2 like just medium ones. So we've gotten some lobster, we got some lionfish. I haven't really caught a water fish anytime recently, and yeah, can't spearfish here. So.
And fishing, tell me about fishing.
Fishing?
You're technically only supposed to fish.
Oh yeah, I think technically you're not allowed to fish unless you're underway. Then you're allowed to troll. which is how we read the rules. Rules are very convoluted in most of the Caribbean in general.
And we try our very, very best to do as much research as because obviously we're sharing this on the internet to make sure we're following the laws and like telling you guys to do things that are legal. But a lot of countries, it's so hard to even figure out what the rules are because they're just not written.
And a lot of times, like, it's different for locals, so you can't really ask the locals because they have more freedom, which whatever is fine. But they can't really tell you what the rules are for you as a visitor. And
even here at one point, I heard someone say you need a fishing permit, but there's nowhere to get a fishing permit. It's funny.
It's a little bit vague, complicated.
And locals will tell us that we're allowed to spearfish, but I have read like clear as day that you can't spearfish unless you're with a local.
Which even that I haven't read that either.
Yeah, so we just don't.
And then and it's funny too because it's like nothing's really enforced either. Like law enforcement is very, very, very scarce. Like you've seen like one Coast Guard boat that zips around like once in a while, but like never really seen him stop anybody or anything. So like that's another funny thing. Like people might do it and just get away with things you're not supposed to do, just because there's no enforcement. You know, we try to do the right thing. We try to follow local laws, and especially morally, I think it's the right thing to do. And obviously, we are documenting everything we do with you guys, so we want to, set a good example and making sure we're being legal as well.
And there's not that many fish to spearfish in the first place. Like we have seen probably 2 fish that are hours and hours and hours of time underwater that we would have actually tried to spearfish. One was a mutton that let us get so close to it, and the other was like a Sarah mackerel. But yeah, it's still really, really pretty underwater.
Yeah, lots of little fish, but not a ton of like bigger spearfishing fish from what we've seen.
Yeah, beautiful reef fish, tons of octopus, squid. Yeah.
Speaking of fish, where's the fish? Where's the fish, you guys? So we're our depth sounder only reads up to like 4, maybe 500 feet, something like that. And so we're certainly over 500 feet. According to the chart right now, we are in like 1,600 feet of water, but close to the edge, close to like 500, 500 feet, and then picks right back up to 100 feet. But yeah, we're in deep water right now.
Now we're in 200 feet of water.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, that was weird. Our depth just popped up to 200 feet. So maybe there's a big tuna just blocking it 200 feet down. Wow. Wow, that's really, really good. Baba Ganesh. It's sweet.
I didn't put any.
Really good. We're in this channel, this cut. I don't know what you call it. What do you call it? Channel, Sierra? Yeah, between 2 islands. Really deep water. And we're by this, so there's this underwater volcano called Jenny, a submerged volcano, and there's actually a zone around it where it's a prohibited zone. You're not allowed, I don't know who enforces it, I doubt anyone enforces it, but you're not allowed within this, 1 mile diameter or something, maybe 2 mile diameter prohibited zone of this underwater volcano because it's active. And the risk to boats is, I think the biggest risk, what I read, is that it can release gases, like sulfur and gases underwater. And if a boat is over this big pocket of gas that rises to the surface, the boat could just fall into this pocket of gas and it'll sink the boat, which is crazy to think about. So they have this prohibited zone, and then there's a wider warning zone around it, which we're actually in the warning zone. So if it was actively going off and I don't know, making it to the surface or something, then maybe we'd be at risk. in this warning zone, but I think we're fine for now. Pretty wild. Going pretty slow. Still about 10.5 knots of wind. We're doing almost 6 knots, and the wind is behind, actually pretty far behind us right now. I have to trim that screecher a bit. There we go. There's a little puff. Now we're up 6.5 knots over ground. Keep checking on the lures, make sure they're not getting any weed on them. So let us know how you guys like this kind of live stream. This is the second time we've done this. The first time was like a few months ago in the Bahamas, and I think one of the biggest criticisms was that I had the screen like this way, vertical, instead of landscape like we are right now. So let me know how you guys like the screen landscape like this. Let me know how the audio is. Yeah, we're going off of Starlink right now, so hopefully you're not seeing too many dropouts. It's been really good about not dropping out, like almost at all, just in general. Lots of thumbs up in here in the chat here. All right. A little fuzzy a couple times, all right, but never lost signal. That was the last of my coffee. North Carolina, Meg Schlepper from North Carolina. Where else? Anyone else we didn't catch where they're from? I saw someone from Mazatlan, Mexico, which we'll actually be stopping in sometime next year, I think. Jensen Beach, we got a bunch of friends who live in Jensen Beach. Alabama, a bunch of North Carolina people. Indiana, Missouri, and Australia. New Brunswick, Canada. San Antonio, Texas. London, UK. West Virginia, Ottawa, Canada. Ever hear from the Mountain Mist owners? I don't think we've heard from them at all, really. Have we ever heard from the Mountain Mist owners?
Not in a while.
Not in a while, yeah, but we've definitely had sightings. Alameda, California, speaking of Mountain Mist, that's where we bought Mountain Mist.
I like to pop on marine traffic every once in a while and just see where she is. And they've taken her up to Canada and Desolation Sound and like hop around the San Juan Island. So they're using her.
Yeah, when we've had people send us pictures of her out in the wild. Florida, Oklahoma, Kansas City, Missouri, Oregon, Orlando. Man, all over the place. Hawaii. Someone asked into Culebra. We actually, did we record much around Culebra? We stopped in Culebra on our way down here really quick.
That's the first spot we stopped from sailing from the Bahamas to the Caribbean.
Yeah, offshore. Big island of Hawaii, California. We were thinking about sailing to Hawaii, just kind of brainstorming ideas of where we could go, where we should go. But we keep hearing that Hawaii is just not a great place for cruising. Just because anchorages are few and far between, marinas are kind of crowded and expensive, and just not a great place for cruising. I know Hawaii is an amazing place. I've been to Maui twice. And,
just specifically like on a boat, like being able to go from one place to another. We've heard that you kind of get stuck in one little area and it's really expensive and it's just hard to totally appreciate what Hawaii, all the islands of Hawaii are.
Yeah. Have we ever thought about Alaska? Definitely thought about Alaska. I
think you guys are going to see us in Alaska sooner rather than later.
We really wanted to go, well, we had Mountain Mist up in the Pacific Northwest, and it was incredible up there, and apparently it just gets more and more crazy and cool and neat up the Inside Passage as you go towards Alaska.
And we need to catch an edible salmon.
And, but we sold Mountain Mist. If we didn't sell Mountain Mist, obviously sold Mountain Mist, we're on this boat now. But if we didn't end up selling her, or if we had her for like another season or whatever, which in hindsight, like maybe we should have kept her for a little longer, but we would have been up in Alaska on that boat. But yeah, we definitely have plans to get up to Alaska. I would love to check out the Aleutian Islands and some other parts of Alaska. Still no fish. We're in Grenada right now. We're sailing Twin Islands in Grenada. And we're going 5 knots and 9 knots of wind. Wow, really far behind the beam right now. I missed the last message, whatever that was. So weird how these chat's showing. Oh, there we go. Some insurance companies are not covering in Hawaii. South Africa, Georgia, Palm Beach shores. Live in Okeechobee now. No, we're not using the spinnaker. We would be. If it was like any longer of a sail than this, we would throw up the spinnaker. But we just have the screecher out, so the bigger but flatter cut head sail. So yeah, not ideal, but just a fine sail for these conditions. Yeah, we could probably pick up a knot or two with the spinnaker. We got some birds. Cross your fingers, guys. There's a bird diving. Hilton Head. So we're getting to Grenada. Yeah, this certainly is easier to furl up when you're done and put away. It just furled up and it lives up there. See, there's a screecher. Yeah, why do they call it a screecher? I'm really not quite sure. I could only guess, but it's basically the same as like a code, I don't know, a code D or something. They have all sorts of names for like very similar sails. It's just like basically a big, lighter weight Genoa, I think is an easy way to describe it. And then someone just said, what sails are there? Doyle sails. They're the Doyle Cruise laminate sails. And yeah, they've been really, really good. I'm happy that we got the Cruise laminate, which is an upgrade from like just regular old Dacron. So they hold their shape a little bit better. They stretch less, but they're not quite as expensive or fragile as like carbon laminate sails or, you know, high-end racing laminate sails, which I think for this boat would just be overkill, but I think the Cruise laminate sails are just perfect. Unless you guys are racing this boat, you could certainly race it.
You're just chatty Cathy.
Just trying to keep the people entertained over here. I don't want to be boring. All right. Sebastian, Florida.
We like to surf your waves right at the inlet. Myrtle Beach. How are you reading these? They disappear so fast. What do you think, Jenny?
Oh, there you go. Screecher is a combination of a reacher and a spinnaker. I don't necessarily know what a reacher is though, because a screecher is pretty flat. It's a pretty flat cut. So like, yeah, I don't see a reacher or any other sail being a flatter cut, just as big as a screecher. I'm not sure, but it makes sense.
Someone keeps asking MSRP on Neil Fry.
Huh?
MSRP on Neil Fry.
Neil Pride sails? Oh, you'll have to clarify that. Neil Pride is...
Yeah, no, NP.
Yeah, but they make sails also.
How do you read them? Fishing any good where you are now? When we were here, like 5 years ago, we caught a mahi from the dinghy, and we caught like 2 blackfin tuna. But we've been going back and forth along the contour lines, like the ledges here. We have not caught anything. We've got lobster, we've got lionfish, but nothing trolling. Do you have to check? Do you have checklists for underway and maintenance? So can you share? What do you mean by checklist? Like Billy always does his rounds before we're about to go anywhere, whether that be like the engine oil and sail drive oil and all that, but he'll answer when he comes back. So like we do have a list of, okay, if we're going, lifelines, life jackets, we have to know where they are, electronics on, like tracker and all that stuff gets turned on. Eric got an 1170 as well. We hope you love your boat, Eric. We love our boat. She is the perfect home. We do find it funny, like tons of our friends have catamarans as well, and we've got to get on a bunch of different boats, and for 38, 39 feet, I feel like we definitely have the most useful living space out of any other 38 to 39 foot catamaran. we should. We haven't been, but did we bring that whole jackline system? Yeah. We're super lucky where everything on our boat can be pretty much handled right here. So we don't have to go forward, and we have lifelines that 3 lifelines that block us back here. So we're like completely enclosed. A lot of other boats you have to go up to like the bow to whether that be to like set up your sails or whatever. We don't have to do that, so that's why we've been lazy in setting up the whole jackline system. But when we go from Grenada to Bonaire, we'll probably set something like that up, especially because it's going to be more downwind, so we're going to be using the spinnaker a lot more, which we have to raise from the bow. So for sure, we should set that up. People want to know your checklist for maintenance when you're getting ready to go.
There's some birds working. There's birds flying all around us, you guys. I saw one just dive. Oh, there's a bunch over there. That one is. All right, we got some birds working. Cross your fingers. They're diving, man. You guys see him back there? Maybe. Maybe we should. They're really going, wow. Oh yeah, oh look at that. Are they mahi? On the surface, they look like mahi. Oh, we gotta go back. All right, let's get a screecher in. All right, something's going on, guys. We gotta get back there. We're gonna have to start the engines because we got the screecher up here. Oh man, they're kind of dispersing a little bit. Yeah. I thought I saw like some bright yellow, so I thought it was mahi. Alright. Let's show you guys how we throw this submarine. Yeah, they kind of, I don't know, what do you think, Love? They kind of dispersed, everything took off. What do you guys think? Should we go back there? The action is gone already. Yeah. Birds are gone already. Dang. Oh, there they go. All right, yep, let's get this thing in. I see some more action. Well, hold it in, love. All right. Can you get that jib furled in all the way? I kind of left a little piece out. We gotta go back over to those birds, see if we can put up on something. Cross your fingers. Okay. To the right a little, maybe. Oh, there they go. They were sitting on the surface. Now they just start flying. So yeah, normally if we had the jib out, we could have just tacked across and that would have been fine. But with the screecher, you can't tack without furling it up because the jib is just inside of it, furled up. So you have to, so just for the sake of keeping things simple and going to try to catch some fish, we furled up the screecher and we're just motoring over there. Right? Okay. Right. All right. That's where we're heading. That's where we're heading. fish. Oh yeah, the birds are coming. We got my lucky hat on. Come on. Right in front of us. Can you tell what they are yet? Oh. They're all around. Oh yeah, tuna. That looked like a little tuna. Maybe a little blackfin or something. Oh, they're all going over there now. They're all going right over there. Oh yeah, they're going nuts again. Yep, Dave M, we got hooks in the water. We got 3 lines out right now. All right, we're gonna have to turn.
Did you take that big one off or no?
No, the big one's still on. You want to take it off, put a little one on? So you're just gonna take that big monster marlin lure off and put a smaller one on. Turning again, turning downwind, trying to get through these fish. First one I saw jump, I saw a lot of yellow before, so I was thinking the side of a mahi, but then just now I just saw a little blackfin tuna looking fish. Blackfin tuna, yeah. What do you put it on now? All right, she's put on this little red squid there. Make sure it doesn't get crossed up. Where should I go? Where should I go? they're moving so fast. They're going over here and then over here. Sorry, just playing around with some of these live stream features. Oh man. Action stop for a sec. Is the live chat still working for you guys? There we go. Not really sure where we're going. Someone just asked where we're going. They just got here. So we're sailing. We were sailing just from island to island here in Grenada in the West Indies. But now we saw a bunch of fish. And we started chasing the fish. Took the big sail in, that big head sail in, and started chasing the fish with the engines on. And don't really see the action anymore. There were a bunch of birds working like crazy, and fish were jumping. Definitely saw some fish jump, but it kind of slowed down now. Yeah, I don't know where they went. Black weighted feather would be good for blackfin tuna. Yeah, we don't have a black feather. We have like red feathers, green feathers, purple feathers, I think. Right next to us, we got some birds working. There they go. Right next to us. Come on. Oh yeah. I don't know. Tuna. Come on, right next to the boat. Let's go. We're going right through them. Come on, come on. I noticed. Dang, we just had a fish hit the surface right next to the boat. Yeah, baby! Woo-hoo! Got one! All right. Yeah, here we go.
Gotta reel this line in.
Okay. let us know in the comments. What do you guys think it is? Now this line's clear. It's always the cedar plug. The cedar plug is the best lure ever. Yeah.
I need your help, love.
All right. I'm coming. Nice little tuna, huh? Just wanted to make sure I bleeded him immediately. Woo-hoo-hoo! Good job. Always on the cedar plug. That thing is... That's why no matter what, we always make sure we have the cedar plug out. We got some dinner.
That's the first blackfin we've caught since
anywhere? All right.
Do you guys have any idea how often we film attempting to fish and we never catch anything, and then those videos just get canned, and then we happen to catch something on a live? That does not happen. That's where our lucky charms. Heck yeah! The most excited person on this boat right now is Jenny. She loves tuna fish. Hey, do you know where Dad is? That was pretty cool.
Hello, would you mind transferring water out there, please? Here.
Hey, Kim.
Alright. Now what? Basically should just end this live stream now, huh? Or are you guys trying to stick around for dinner or what? Or just gonna keep the engines on because we're about to get in the lee of the island. We're gonna lose all the wind. So instead of pulling the screecher back out, just keep the engines on. Just motor on, motor on.
We got dinner.
Right. Where'd the live? There we go. It's got the clicker on. So we just, yeah, I think that spot, like some sort of rip there. It was also like right on a little bit of a ledge. Definitely a productive spot. Birds disappeared again, so. Alright. Thanks for being our lucky charm, you guys. Alright, what do you think? Are we having tuna for dinner? Oh, I don't know. We're supposed to go on a date tonight. Date? Fresh tuna? I could make you tuna for our date. John Kelly wants to know. John Kelly is the about 2 millionth person who wants to know where Jetty goes to the potty. Where Jetty goes to the bathroom. Should we answer it for the 500th time? Jetty, generally, we bring her to land at least twice a day. Bring her for a nice walk, get her some exercise. She does her business. And if we are sailing offshore, like overnight, she'll eventually go on the trampoline. And then we just, if she goes number 2, we just pick it up, throw it overboard, clean up the trampoline, and if she goes number 1, same thing, just give it a rinse when she's done. And that's the answer. So just popped up, we're in 200 feet of water now.
ask about Jenny going to the bathroom all the time. And I guess because so many people, they don't have, experience, instead of living in a house, living on a boat. So our boat is essentially your house. So when you have a dog, you take your dog out to the bathroom on the boat. We just take Jenny off the boat. When we are offshore for multiple days at a time, she will go to the bathroom on a trampoline, but she will not do that if she can see land. She knows she wants to get off the boat, we want to get off the boat, so we take her for walks multiple times a day, generally on a beach somewhere, if not neighborhoods or trails on an island or whatever. But there are definitely people out there that have dogs on boats that do not take them off the boat, and that dog goes to the bathroom on the trampoline all the time. We are not one of those people. Jetty is a cattle dog. She needs exercise. She needs to run. We need exercise. So our little fam right here, we are take the dog off the boat fans and get them some exercise. So that is us. Lots of people have cats on boats too. Eventually, someday, maybe we'll have a cat. Jetty's not a super big cat fan. And I'm not a super fan of like litter boxes and stuff. But someday, because they say cats are easier, especially in countries, like we have to check Jetty into every country. And if you have a cat that does not get off the boat, I think you still are supposed to check them in, but a lot of people don't, and it just makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, maybe someday. As of now, it's just Jetty. What are we gonna do for date night? Well, the plan was to go to a restaurant that we haven't been to in a really long time. It was one of our favorite restaurants when we were last, and it was just like delicious, right on the water. You can bring your dinghy right up, but a nicer setting. I don't think quite the level of tablecloths on the table, but you have 2 forks and a knife. And it's just really pretty, right? Yeah, so will we do that tomorrow instead? Maybe, because you can't really let fresh tuna go to waste. Sure, never as good the second day. So we might be eating that. Any plans on going further south? We are in Grenada now, and we are going to head to Bonaire and Aruba, Colombia, Panama, and then from Panama go through the canal. And as of right now, the plan is to go up the west coast of Panama and Costa Rica, and then hop to the Sea of Cortez. You can cross the Pacific with a dog. You can go to French Polynesia with a dog. It is possible. Jetty is a special case. She is an aggressive dog. We can never bring her on a plane. It's very, very difficult for us to travel together separately. So if there's an emergency back at home, if we both had to fly home, someone watching Jetty would probably more than likely have to drug her the entire time. And she's 11 now. That would put her at 12 and a half when we cross, so it's just not in our cards at the moment. But someday we do want to cross the Pacific, so in the meantime we figured west coast of Panama, Costa Rica, Sea of Cortez sounds amazing, so that's where we're gonna head. Maybe from there up to back to California, Washington, Canada, Alaska. We don't know. Plans change by the day, but as of right now, in a couple weeks, we're heading to Bonaire. That's as far as we're getting. And Thanksgiving in Colombia. So we have friends that book tickets to Bonaire, family that book tickets to Colombia. Those are set in stone. like ours, is there a northern, southern like climate limit of where we could go? No, for sure we can go anywhere, but our boat is specifically like perfect for warmer climates. We have huge windows, lets in tons of breeze, all the hatches. I don't think it would be the perfect boat to go to Patagonia. We don't have a heater. We'd have to add a heater, but we're not Xing it. What do you think? How do you think our boat would do in super cold climates?
Yeah, I think if you added a diesel heater, I mean, yeah, like you said, it wouldn't be the perfect boat for like really cold climates, but I think totally doable. Just
Like,
if as long as you have a nice heater.
We chartered a very, very similar boat up in Washington, and they had this whole back area enclosed, and they had a diesel heater, and it was amazing. And you just press a button, and it was so quiet, and you could be nice and toasty, and you have all this room. So if we were to do something like that, we would definitely consider adding all that. Obviously, that's a huge expense, but it's definitely doable. We wanted this boat because of how perfect it is for the warmer climates. So I don't think we're ready to give up those warmer climates yet, but someday.
Good job.
Where are we headed right now? We were up in the northern islands off of the mainland of Grenada, and now we're headed back to the southern area of Grenada. How do you like your AC? We're figuring out our plans for like Bonaire when our friends are coming, and Thanksgiving in Colombia. And we're considering Bonaire. You can either be on a mooring or you can be in the marina. And the mooring is $35 a night, and the marina breaks down to like $45 a night if we were there for a month. And just that $10 extra being able to plug in. Obviously, you have your electric costs on top of that, but this morning Billy's like, I'm leaning towards that because I just want to run the AC all the time. He loves it. He loves it. We'll pretend like he doesn't, but he loves it. As he should. He worked very hard installing it. Did we run into Sailing Zatara? We were just anchored next to them this morning and last week. So yeah, they're right here. Keith and Renee, they gave us an awesome spot to catch lobster, and we had great success with that. They had great success with that. So yeah, they're awesome. We've also been gotten to spend time with Lauren from Lauren Landers. I think her channel's just Lauren Landers, right?
I think so.
And Chase. What is Chase's channel's name?
Chase Lemmerit.
It's their first and last name. But anyways, they are both absolutely awesome. We've got to hang out with them, do a game night, do some just happy hour nights, and they're so cool. And they're on their own adventure. They're both solo sailing, and very, very inspiring, both of them. What do you think?
More birds. But not going crazy.
We are not going to go to the Annapolis Boat Show this year. We are pretty far away, and it's difficult to leave a boat and find someone to watch a dog and all that stuff. It's just a lot of work. And we were there last year with this boat, and that was also a big thing. Like having your home be in a boat show with hundreds of people walking on it every day for a week. It was a little hard, but it was so cool because everyone got to hop on and see it, and we found like little sticker treasures throughout the boat, so that was really cool. But definitely not something I would like be like gung-ho to do every single year just because it's your home, you know? Would you sign up to do an open house every night? I don't think so.
How much longer should we do this live stream? We're in the lee of the island now. The wind's kind of still got a little, tiny bit of breeze, but got the engines on, still got the mainsail up, and just in the lee.
Someone just said Rise Grenada. Update on the fundraiser. So we did two months worth of raising money for the animal hospital on Carriacou and the Rise Grenada team, and you guys raised over $4,000 for the animals, which is awesome, and over $2,000 for Rise Grenada. Animal Hospital got their money. We did it through a company where we never receive the money. It goes through the t-shirt fundraiser. The money gets held and then it gets distributed. And there was some weird mix-up between the routing numbers with the Rise Grenada, but that money should be transferred this week. It's been a little stressful because you guys did so awesome donating and buying shirts, and we wanted to make sure that money got used ASAP. But they have some projects lined up where it's going to go to good use. So that's all figured out now. The animal hospital got their money. They just got word from the government the other day that the government's going to lease them a new piece of land because their old building, they were renters, and their landlord said, nope, you're not coming back. So they were just kind of doing remote work, going from place to place out of a van, doing like all these surgeries on these animals and donating food everywhere. So they're super excited that that was a big step for them. The government said, hey, here's your own little piece. For Colombia and Panama, do you speak Spanish?
A little bit, un poquito.
Billy's very good at
español, un poquito.
Billy is very good at speaking it. He has a very hard time hearing.
In general.
So I can understand it, but I'm comfortable speaking it or confident speaking it.
And I can only speak, like, I can say words and I can, like, get my point across usually of what we're looking for or ask a question or whatever.
Himself enough credit.
Very far from fluent in Spanish.
But we work as a good team. I say, okay, this is what they're saying, and then he says, blah, 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 blah. But I'm on my 20-day streak of Duolingo learning Spanish. I can tell you what day it is and how to buy a dress.
It's Saturday. What day is Saturday?
Sunday's Domingo, Sábado. Right?
I forget.
Sábado, Domingo, Lunes, Viernes.
Lunes is Monday.
Viernes is Tuesday.
Martes. Yeah, I forget, man. This is going to be a rude awakening.
I'm on that section right now. But do we really need to know what day it is? Sábado, correct.
Here, look. I'm going to show you guys the island that we're passing by right now. Really pretty. Little town in here, some buildings and houses. The name of our boat is Lori Sue. It's our mother's names put together. My mom's name is Lori and her mom's name is Sue. Yeah, that's the name of our boat. Probably got, I don't know where we're going. We probably got another 10 miles or something. Hour and a change. What's the one thing you wish you had on the boat? There's nothing like too major, like nothing too specific. A lot of little things. More solar, like more. You can always have more solar. You can always have a bigger battery bank. We have 800 amp hours of master volt lithium at 12 volts, and we have like, especially with our portable panels out, we have like, man, over 2,000 watts of solar, but they're all flexible. So especially the hard mounted ones are a little bit inefficient, and perfectly fine on super sunny days, but anything less than that, we're just always wishing for more solar, just so we don't have to run the engines to charge the batteries. And like little things like a saltwater washdown hose. Like I'm always tweaking things too, like our fillet table, like just how to mount it in a way where it's like out of the way when we don't want it in the way, but fully like locked in and secure when we do want it there, and how to make it easily put into place. And then saltwater washdown for like filleting fish and stuff back here. But that's really, what else do we wish we had on the boat? Anything, Sierra?
AC all the time.
AC all the time. I mean, oh man. Oh, we got a local boat up here. We got to get out of the way. Yeah, we put AC on the boat. If you guys have been following our videos, you know that already. Someone just asked if I like the AC, and I admit I do like the AC. And I use it. I use it because I installed it. If it was solely my choice, I probably wouldn't have it. It's just another thing to have, pay for, maintain, and then now we have the trouble of recharging the batteries when we do use it at night. It's like it's just like kind of snowball of this kind of stuff, these luxuries, right? But Sierra really wanted it, and that's fine, and happy to install it. And it is really nice to have. It is really comfortable to sleep with AC. Like, I will admit that all day long. But what was my point? Yeah, it is really nice to have. But yeah, it comes with, all right, now you have more power demand. Now you need more charging. You know, this and that. Could you get a generator? Yeah, you could have a generator. Now it's an extra thing. You know. Can we charge from our engines, which we do? Yeah, we do, and that's awesome. But I don't know. What else did you say before? Oh, and here in the Caribbean, so this is the biggest thing with the AC. We would love to run it all day long because a lot of the time we're just on the boat, on the computers, working. And I am so bad at working in a, like, uncomfortable position, like crouching down on the computer, especially when it's hot and we're sweating. It just makes me miserable and honestly unproductive. Like, Sierra makes fun of me because I get so distracted, but I just need to get up and walk around and get cool and get out of this hot seat. But it is nice. We do have fans and we do have these big windows, so we do get a breeze, but it would just make us more productive if we just run that thing all day long, at least on our like sitting down computer work days.
My no AC man went to wanting AC 24/7.
I mean, I don't know. It's nice to have all of it. We got a little local boat right over here. I'll show you guys. Guy fishing. These are like what all the local boats look like here in Grenada. They're all like these little colorful motorboats. You know, little engines. Some of them look a little more like speedboats than others. But they're always colorful. They're always, yeah, little outboards. Yamahas, 2 strokes. Back in deep water again. Okay. I wanted to pull it down a little to put the patch on there. Patch where it touches the shrouds. Oh. You know what I mean? Maybe we can drop it to that point. You want to tell me? When that point is like just above the sailbag. We're gonna drop the mainsail most of the way, but I gotta put a little patch on it where it chafed on the shrouds when it's sheeted all the way out, like kind of chafed through. So I gotta put a nice patch on there. So I'm gonna do that in a little bit.
Wait, I forgot to put my meat tenderizer behind the
be right back, I guess. But you can see where the main one is. There's one that's all the way through. Yeah, where it's chafed through on the batten. You can see it, right? All right. Alright, mainsail is mostly down. Yeah, we hung out with Zatara a little bit. We were in the same anchorage as them. We hung out with them the other day a bit. They gave us a primo lobster spot. We caught a massive lobster. If you look on, is that on your Instagram? The lobster? It's on my stories. I don't know if it's still there, my Instagram stories. Our draft is like 3.5 feet, just over 3.5 feet. The lines are in. If you, who's that? Charlotte Frolic. If you are just joining us, we caught a blackfin tuna already. The Starlink is mounted like right here. Actually, you can see it. Is that it? Yeah, you can see it. It's like on the back of our, all the way in the back of our cockpit roof. Would you mind grabbing me the sail tape and the alcohol? It's under there in the center compartment. Charlotte Frolic from Switzerland. All right, wow, we got people all over the place, man. That's pretty cool. What? It's not a kit, it's a roll of sail tape. Someone asked, how do we charge the lithium from the engines? And basically, we have secondary high output alternators on the serpentine belt, and they charge the house lithiums directly. Any thoughts on pirates? You know, I think we're gonna do a pirate video, kind of what we do for security on the boat in general. We're gonna do that coming up, and we'll explain kind of all the precautions we take, what we do, what we think about it. So I think it's a little too complicated of a question or answer to answer right here, right now.
What are you gonna say, our dog?
Yeah, I mean, one thing is Jetty is awesome to have on the boat. She barks at strangers like crazy, and if anyone boarded the boat, she certainly would bite them, even if we're here.
And a lot of countries, they're not fans of dogs. Like, it's a very different culture. So seeing a dog definitely keeps people away, for sure.
Yep, and then we have our Barnacle boat monitoring system, which has been incredible, and the features on that is awesome. So if we're not on the boat, we're constantly recording video, and I can constantly be checking in on my phone on the video if I want to, or just we'll get alerted, like if our door gets open and stuff like that. Alarms will go off. So that's a great measure as well. At least when we're on the boat, or even when we're sleeping in bed. Like, you know, if the door gets open, I'll get an alert on my phone. The alarms will go off. The lights will all go on. So that's a great measure to have.
Well, Jetty's amazing, number one, just in general, but also the past couple months, there have been quite a few dinghy thefts, and we always raise our dinghy because we had our engine stolen that one time in my hometown, like just taken from the dock. So we always go that extra measure even when we feel like we are in a super safe area. But Jenny had been bopping us in the middle of the night. She never does. She would wake us up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and just like tap, tap, until you like get up and look around. And we were like, what the heck is going on? And she did that 2 nights in a row. And that second night, our friend said his whole dinghy got stolen. So she must have heard like a boat going around, and she's like, okay, something's going on. And then like 2 weeks ago, the same thing happened. Nobody's dinghy got stolen, but some of our friends woke up in the middle of the night and there was a boat outside of their boat shining a light on their boat, and it was that same night that Jenny was like, wake up, wake up. So
she's definitely aware. She hears when boats are going by, when people are approaching.
Do the best.
Alright, I gotta give you guys, if you guys own a boat, someone gave me this advice. Like, I've lived on boats for the past 10 plus years. I've been on boats my whole life, but I never knew this. It was either our friend Michael or our brother-in-law Brian. I forgot who told us. And they both had, Brian's the captain of Sportfish. Our friend Michael has worked on Sportfish. He still does now at his own company doing like AC and refrigeration. But like, you always have these containers on your boat, right? Denatured alcohol or acetone or whatever. But they're made of like steel or whatever. They rust easily. Like the first day you have it on the boat, just salty air starts to make them rust. And if you put them down anywhere, it's gonna, even for a minute, it's gonna leave a rust stain, especially if that surface is moist. But you just tape the bottom of it, just around the edge, with blue painter's tape, and there you go. Just do that with all of these containers, and you never have to worry about like where you put it on a boat. So, good tip. That's something I just learned this year. And I think some of you guys would like that one. Still got the lines out, still in deep water, but I don't know how productive the fishing is on like the leeward side of the island right here, close to shore, even though it is deep. We have 5 years ago when we were down here, we caught a blackfin tuna and a mahi separate times, just on the leeward side of the island. So I don't know if we got lucky or what, but maybe we'll catch something else. I gotta do something with this tuna. I gotta like get in the freezer or something. Hey Sierra, what if I cut the head and tail off and put it in a plastic bag and put it in the freezer? Just fillet it? What? I don't know, make it so it's like iced to make it easier to fillet? No? You want me to fillet it? Where are you gonna fillet? On the cooler? You want me to move the cooler back there or something? Sierra graciously offered to fillet the fish, but that means that I'm cooking.
I will do that any day of the week. I love eating dinner, like being all clean and like almost usually ready for bed. So the fact that I can do all that now, a shower, and then be served dinner is definitely the way I like to go.
try and keep this chat going. You guys have any more questions for us?
I think you could go press pause on the
I'll be right back. Do we ever get tired of living on a boat? I think I'd be lying if I said no, straight up. Yeah, I think sometimes, just recently, it's been really hot, and we're kind of stuck here a little bit in Grenada. I think we lost the feed for some reason for a second, but yeah, really nice change of pace. Definitely breaks up the monotony of like just same old routine of what we're doing every day while we're waiting for hurricane season to end. Although we are going to sail to the ABCs shortly, but we have to be in Grenada till the end of September for something else. But then we can, even so in October it's still technically hurricane season, but we're going to sail to the ABCs and we're still covered because we're still below that line of latitude, 12 degrees 40 minutes or whatever. Our range on engine is like, man, do you remember what our range is? Our engine range? Are you sure it's not a yellow? I forget. Something like 400 miles, and I forget if that, I'm pretty sure that's running like one engine at a time. Ooh, do we have to buy a fishing license or permits? Generally, no in the Caribbean, but generally, like we talked about this a little bit before, you're restricted in what you can do. You're not allowed to spearfish here. You can fish here, but like only when you're underway, trolling between spots. You're not supposed to like go out and like bottom fish and stuff. What's our favorite places out of all the places we've visited? The Bahamas probably is by far our favorite, followed closely by the Pacific Northwest, Constellation Sound, everything up there. Like, it's incredible up there. Bahamas for the water stuff. Crystal clear water, tons of fish, and you still get wind for foiling and winging and kiting, and you still get surf if you can find it, which we have found it before, which is awesome. So for all those reasons, and there's just so many places to sail, so much sheltered water. It's just so nice. What are the rules for dumping your black water? So our black water is like our poo tank, right? And in the US, you have to be at least 3 miles out before you can dump it offshore and just let it go. And here, I mean, we follow that practice generally, but I don't know if that's like a US rule. I don't know if there are any rules technically here. But you're right, like, we're in 1,300 feet of water and we're a quarter mile from land right here, half a mile from land. So if you dumped it right here, I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem. We have our alternators, our high output. So we have 2 alternators on each engine. One is the regular like 60 amp alternator that charges the start battery. And the other one is a high output Master Volt high output alternator, 120 amps at 12 volts. And they charge our lithium house bank, also Master Volt lithium batteries. And it's its own Master Volt regulator, which regulates those high output alternators. They're still small case alternators. I don't know if there's any fishing allowed in Bonaire. Definitely no spear fishing, except, yeah, I highly doubt, I'm almost positive no fishing in Bonaire. Definitely no spear fishing except maybe lionfish. Probably allowed to troll like offshore. Tara, how do we handle disputes amongst us when living together full
Say
time?
sorry really fast.
Yeah, first one who says sorry, the other one wins. No, we both win. Any orcas down here? No. But we've heard of orcas like off of Florida, in the Bahamas. Never heard of orcas down here, have you? Let's see what Sierra's doing down here. Sierra's filleting up a fish while we're live streaming here. We saw orcas in the Pacific Northwest though. Biggest fish we've caught some big tuna. I guess that blue marlin that we caught back in like what was that, April? Around April, March, April, something like that. May actually. April or May. Off of the Bahamas was definitely the biggest one we've ever caught. Our cruising RPMs generally 22 to 2500 RPMs, somewhere in there. The max rated RPMs for these engines are like 31 or 3200, and you're supposed to run it at like 80% of that max RPMs for at least like a certain amount of time. But generally speaking, and I'll bump it up to at least 2500 for a while, like parts of the trip, but generally between 22 and 2500 RPM. Yanmar 3 YM30s, which have been incredible, by the way.
You normally don't go back in and get any of this, right? That's just all bones.
No, but is there anything? I don't know. Is there anything ahead?
That's got a lot of bones in it too.
Our motor cruising speed. Well, right now we have both engines on at 2200 RPM, and we're doing 6.6 knots. So let's bump it up to 2500 RPM. So now we're at 2500 RPM on each engine, both of them on, and we're at 7 knots. 7 to 7.2. So yeah, certainly most efficient, and I've heard this from a few different people, like on similar boats, at, you know, fuel efficiency wise. Most efficient around 2300 RPM, I heard. Somewhere between 21 and 2300 RPM. But again, like, I like to do what the manual says and run it hot for the time it says to run it hot. So sometimes a lot of times I'll run it at 2500 RPM, 2600 RPM with just one engine. That way one engine is working, getting hot like diesels should, like internally, and, you know, not letting any carbon deposits form because you're running it too slow, not hot enough, not hard enough. Yeah. How's that volume for you guys? Are the engines like, is the noise noise crazy? Is it annoying for you to listen to right now? Especially since I bumped it up. Volume good, alright. No noises in there. Would outboard engines be good on this boat? I think the boat, I don't know, that's hard. So the 11 Sea Winds, the other Sea Winds, right, the 1160 lights had like 25 horsepower outboards, and you know, that works for, depending on what you're sailing, but you just, for full-time living aboard, full-time cruising, you can't beat inboard diesels. Charging capacity, you make hot water off of them. Just storing diesel fuel is a lot easier and better, nicer than having to store gasoline. Yeah, just for a lot of reasons, just on this boat, diesels make sense. The 1160 Light, it was a bit of a lighter boat. A lot of people raced them. They got, you know, trying to maximize performance. And there's a lot of pros to it. We did a whole video on like diesels versus outboards on like the 1160 Light. So you guys can search that, like inboards versus outboards on a catamaran or on a Sea Wind catamaran, and you can find it. There's certainly advantages. Like, it's cool that you can raise the outboards so you don't have any drag through the water when you're sailing, or like if you had to replace an outboard or even do maintenance, like be able to get it out of its compartment and fully remove it from the boat easily, and just, that's cool one. They're cheaper generally, but for us it doesn't make sense. Inboard diesels all the way. Yes. Is that good, Jetty Girl? Yummy. Yeah, the diesels are more pricey, but they're gonna last a lot longer. I mean, they'll go 10,000 hours if you take good care of them. I don't know what outboards go, but certainly I doubt it's 10,000 hours. It's starting to rain on us, you guys. Yeah, that's what I've heard, like 3,000-4,000 max on outboards. So you're buying 3 outboards for 1 diesel. I don't know. What do you want? Tupperware? Like if it's like a little piece, I guess. How many years off your life did the $100 boat refit feel like? I mean, do you mean like in terms of the effort, or like in terms of like more like the dust and the toxic chemicals? We've been trying really hard to protect ourselves from that stuff. We've been really trying to wear respirators and organic vapor respirators when we're using like the Alex Seal paint. Just protect our lungs. Try not to touch chemicals either, like, I don't know. So in that scenario, I think we did okay. I don't think we exposed ourselves to too much like harmful dust or vapors. It was just a lot of effort, but it was well worth it. We like just jammed for 8 months, like worked really, really hard. And then we got to reap the benefits for another, what, like 6 months, 4 months or something, and cruise that boat all the way up to the Pacific Northwest. So totally worth it. I'm glad we did it. It doesn't feel like we wasted any part of our life doing that. Like, that was a good, sometimes you do question what you're doing, and are you wasting your life, like, doing this thing? But I think, you know, on YouTube, people really, really enjoyed that series. They got a lot out of it. It was hard work, but it was rewarding. It was going into a boat that was worth the work. And, I mean, her new owners are enjoying cruising her now, and we had an amazing time. So, yeah, I don't think it was a waste at all. At what age was our first solo passage? When I was 20, it must have been like 22. Yeah, so I must have been 22 when I left, when I like finished fixing.
Hey, fish!
Oh, fish! Fish. Cedar plug again, of course.
I'm all fine. Still on? Still or no?
Yeah, it's small, whatever it is.
Mackerel? What does he have?
Can you go neutral on this engine, love? Another tuna, yeah, another blackfin.
Get him in, get him in. Nice!
Sweet!
We need to do that more often.
Yeah, you should live stream every sail. Got that bucket, or are you using it?
I'm using it, but I guess you can have it. That's the one we just filleted. Nice. Here, I'll take a picture.
All right. Oh my goodness, this is the most productive we've been since we left the Bahamas, I think. Where's the other knife?
Sorry, dude.
careful, this knife's in that pocket.
Get back there.
Take a step back and zoom in on it. Zoom in, yeah.
He looks tiny. I'm sorry.
Definitely not the biggest.
No, but it looks fine. That just made it look small. Another fish in the boat.
All right, another one. Gotta wash my hands. How big is a cedar plug? It's like, including the hook, it's only like that big. So like probably 5-6 inches total length.
They make different sizes.
They make all different sizes, but that one's been great. These are small, normal size for blackfin tuna, but small tuna in general. Man. Yeah, that cedar plug is That's by far been our most productive lure. Second maybe is like a pink squid type lure, pink like blunt head squid. Oh, actually, and our brother-in-law gave us a bunch of these. They're called Islanders, green and white, or all different color Islanders actually, with like a long white rubber eel, fake rubber eel on the back, or fake tail like that long behind the Islander, and that's been really good too. But those things, like a lot of times the back of that tail will get bit and just get bit off because it's rubber, and then you got to replace that tail. But they're pretty cheap.
I should have printed these.
Can you print tuna? Yeah, I guess you can.
What?
Nothing.
I should have printed them.
I mean, we gotta keep them cold somehow if we do. You could cut off the tail and just print the tail. That's more raining coming. How much water we made so far? I didn't tell you guys, but I shut it off. So we made a full tank plus a little bit more in the other tank. So we made, I don't know, probably 120 gallons of fresh water. And 2 fish. Yeah, it was a productive day, and we're making electricity too. Got a little rain squall coming through right now. Just saw like gust over 25 knots of wind was coming through a second ago. Still showing 20 knots. Yep, we're on Starlink internet, and it does work while we're moving, although if we went further away from land, if we went more than, I don't know, 5 miles from land, then we'd have to change our plan, and it gets more expensive, or it'll just shut off on us. What's the hurry? Turn off the engines and sail. Well, we're in the lee of Grenada, which is a big, tall island. The wind is mostly dead or just incredibly shifty and gusty. So, I don't know. We're trying to get somewhere. If you just want to sail for a little bit, then yeah, you could kind of sail. Just do whatever the wind is giving you, but we're trying to get somewhere, so it really doesn't make sense to sail right now for us. You missed it, you're late. We just sailed, you know, for an hour across the channel over there. How you doing? Sierra volunteered to play the fish that she's getting rained on, and then I'll cook it. That's our trade.
It's hurting my eye.
Can I get you anything?
What?
Can I get you anything? Did we weigh the tuna? No, we didn't weigh the tuna. We don't have a scale to weigh the tuna. How much do you think those tuna weighed? Imagine we catch another one.
It gave us approximately 8 dinners.
8 dinners, you guys. 8 dinners.
That's how much it weighs, 8 dinners.
It weighs 8 dinners. Eight good dinners too. 8 tasty dinners. They are safe to eat raw. We've always done it like as sushi, but I think they can have like parasites or worms. You're supposed to actually not freeze them. Actually, yeah, you are supposed to freeze them.
Freeze what?
You're supposed, like, for tuna, raw tuna, I think you're supposed to freeze it to a certain degree for a certain amount of time, and that kills any parasites that could be in them. We've never done that. We've never had a problem, but I know, like, in the restaurant industry, if you're serving like tuna tartare or like sushi, I think also, for example, I think it's got to be below a certain temperature for a certain amount of period of time to make sure, like, whatever is growing or parasites or whatever is killed, which is interesting. We also, at one of the restaurants I worked at a long time ago, we also served beef tartare, and they didn't have the same regulation on that, which beef tartare is raw beef. And I asked the chef, like, why, and he said, well, you know, what could happen in beef, I forget if it was bacteria or parasites or whatever. He just basically said the freezing or the low temperature doesn't do the same thing to beef. It won't kill it like it does in tuna. So there weren't, yeah, as far as I remember. Internet says fish needs to be frozen at -4 degrees Fahrenheit for 7 days or 31 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 hours to kill parasites. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So for like tuna tartare, it was probably like that 31 degrees, you know, because then the fish probably won't actually freeze, but it's cold enough to kill the parasites.
Get our fillet table back up.
I know.
Why did we take it down?
Maybe for like the demo sales or something, and then we weren't really using it offshore or anything. I forget. Yeah, we have a fillet table. I mounted back here. I gotta get a better mounting situation going, but we gotta get it back up in general. Someone asked if we see a lot of plastic pollution out here. The answer is yes. There is an incredible amount of plastic pollution out here. We see it in the water, we see it on the beaches, between here, all through the Bahamas, all through the Caribbean. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, you know, I'm sure some of it's certainly local, right? Like local pollution, because they don't have like they probably don't have, modern waste disposal systems and whatever. Like, I think they have landfill. There's no, like, waste to energy generators or incinerators or anything like that. So I'm sure some of it's local, but some of it's probably coming from across the ocean with the trade winds, litter from Africa and Europe and Spain and all that. Same in the Bahamas. Like, yeah, there's just so much. It's really sad to see. It's hard to know what the answer is to not have that anymore. Like, cleaning it up would be great, but I think it's got to, like, happen at the source. I think if there's a source for all this plastics pollution, until you fix that, I think it's always going to be out there. Nope, we never freed any wildlife from nets before, I don't think, right? Have we ever freed any wildlife from nets?
From nets? No, I rescued a northern gannet at work. But nets? I don't know. No, I don't think so. Please slow down.
No, you don't have to worry about ciguatera in tuna because ciguatera originates with a certain type of algae that grows on a reef. So it's generally reef fish that get the bioaccumulation of the ciguatera toxin. And tuna is a blue water fish, a pelagic fish. You still have to worry about it in, like, fish that kind of are both, like maybe mackerel, but in general they don't have ciguatera down here. We're far enough south where it's not a worry from what I've heard and researched. Especially they say, like, once you go south of, like, Martinique in the Caribbean, like, there's no ciguatera. So yeah, we don't worry about it down here, especially in pelagic fish like tuna. Ooh, getting cold.
The meat between the two of those is so different.
Really?
Here, it's raining. I think we need a big one.
Look at all that tuna meat, baby. Having some sushi tonight. but I miss you guys. Yeah, he's still talking about the pollution and garbage in the ocean, and I'm sure you're right. Like, I'm sure people dump. All it takes is like one bad person to dump a lot of garbage in the water, or one person who doesn't care, and they could dump a lot of garbage in the water, or a few people who don't care and they just throw plastic bottles or wrappers or whatever. It's a shame. It's so easy to pollute. Jet's just chilling. Say hi, Jets. Good girl. That's her seat back there. She loves that seat. I'm sure it falls off recycling barges as well. I'm sure it's not just one thing. Imagine we catch another one. It'd be so sick. Have we ever taken first aid? How much training do we have? We've both been ocean lifeguards before, and that's basically the extent of our first aid training. So CPR, basic first aid. We should do more training. They do like these offshore safety courses and wilderness courses and stuff like that, and we really should. Just haven't had the time. Tara's wanted to, she's mentioned it, but again, just time. No, Cindy, unfortunately, we're not going to the Annapolis Boat Show this year. When do we wear life vests? We wear life vests at night, or when just one of us is awake and the other person has to go on deck. Then that's when we always wear life PFDs or life jackets. Yeah, getting a little bit of a roll from the south. If we're not gonna go out tonight, we could anchor in Halifax Harbor, and maybe that's Have you seen any good surf around lately? Not lately. When we first got here to Grenada, we caught a few fun little tiny longboard waves, little like knee-high plus waves. And that was fun, but since then it's been really just minimal swell. We have a little bit of swell coming through the next couple days, so hopefully it makes its way to one of the breaks and we can surf on the longboards again. I've been doing a lot of not the past couple weeks, but before then, a lot of foiling and downwinding and stuff like that, and that's been really fun. That's been like itching that surf itch, scratching that surf itch. Alright, you guys. Sarah, do you have anything left you want to do on the stream? Anything left? We're going to end it. So let us know if you guys have any last questions or anything. But we're going to wrap up this stream because we're almost to our spot. We're just going to drop the hook and probably start making some sushi. Alright? Sarah just kicked a bucket. She didn't kick the bucket. She kicked a bucket. Let us know if you guys have any last questions or anything, or you want to see anything else before we end it. The best part of our time in Grenada, I don't know, we have some friends we've been hanging out with, which has been really fun. I always enjoy the water sports stuff, the winging and foiling. And then just general everything, just, living on the water. Look at the rainbow. It's a rainbow over there. You guys see it? Nice little rainbow. Grenada's got some cool hikes. We always like the hash runs, which, if you guys don't know, it's kind of like a not obstacle course. It's like running through the jungle and following some signs, some like trail markers along the way, basically, with a group of people. And then you drink beer afterwards. So that's fun. And Grenada's got some cool waterfalls, cool like jungle hikes and mountain hikes and stuff. So that's really cool too, especially while we're here. Any upcoming upgrades on the boat? More canvas for shade. Another solar panel to add to like our temporary or removable solar panel kit up there. Some more like security stuff with the barnacle system. That's the main stuff, I think. Yeah, big awning over the front, and we'll probably actually attach our portable panels to that awning. Alright, you guys, well, thank you so much for hanging out with us for this live stream. Let us know if you like this, if we should keep doing this. And yeah, if you get a chance, hit the Tula shop. The link is in the description. We got some awesome merchandise in there. So we'll see you guys next time.